Okay, hey everybody, I have made it back in the 1972 mobile home remodel. Today I'm going to work on some electrical work. I want to replace all the receptacles and plugs. They're just ugly. Let me show you. Let me show you real quick. They're just ugly brown boxes. I'm going to replace them. They just look sort of gross and old, outdated. So I'm going to do that. And then also I'm going to reframe all these light fixtures up because everything is just hanging barely by a nail, and I just don't like it. There's nothing to screw to hold these boxes up, and these will be replaced too eventually. I'm not going to put those back up, but I'm going to frame all those in throughout. I think I've got to do 5 of them, and so I'm going to get those done. And then the way I do it to make sure, well, so I can keep my handy dandy fan running, I will test my electrical. And this is the way I test my electrical. I use my little tester here, and I will put it in the receptacle. This will stay, yeah. And then I go to my breaker box, and then I'll just start flicking these breakers off. Oh, hey, that was for my fan. Let me turn that one back on for sure. And we'll just keep doing that until I find out which one turns off. Okay, there it is. That turns off my receptacle. And now I'm safe to disassemble this and touch those wires and be safe with that. So that's how I do it. Unless, of course, you want to just turn off your main breaker right here. Yeah, this stuff's hot. This stuff's hot. Turn off this main breaker. But it's probably it'll still be hot on this side because there's an additional breaker outside on mobile homes. Usually there's one outside on the pole, and then there's one inside. So even though you might turn this main breaker off, it's still dangerous because it's still everything is still hot and everything is still on. So these might not be, and these won't be, but this main stuff will, and this stuff in the back is going to be very dangerous. So if you turn the main breaker off, this one right here, just remember that these are still hot if you're in a mobile home, because it does have an additional breaker on the outside, on the pole probably. But yeah, I usually do it one by one, just so I can keep a fan running so I don't burn up in here. But that's what I'm doing. I'm going to change these lights out and frame those in, and then run along all of these wirings. And if anything is not to be used, I'm going to disconnect and pull it out of the breaker box. That way it'll open up some stuff for me here that I might can use, like a straight wire only for the microwave maybe, which that might help. And then maybe a breaker all to itself for a refrigerator, just so none of the breakers will overheat, having too much things, too big of a load on them. So that's what I'm doing. I've got a lot to do. I've got a lot to pull out. And also, I've got to run my wiring through the wall, because I did not do it when I framed up most of the wall, only because I don't like the way it's done here. It's got those little notches cut out. I think I would rather just use a paddle bit and drill a hole through it and run my wire through, because the integrity of these boards are no good. Because they just break. I don't want them to break, and I left all this open while I done the siding so I could pay attention and see if on the other side, on my exterior side, if I hit a wire or if I'm close to a wire. And I was lucky. I didn't run a screw or a nail through any of my wiring. So now I feel safe to finish the inside, because I don't have to worry about anything coming through from the outside. So that's what's happening today. I hope you enjoy, and I will make another video and show you what it looks like when I'm done. Like and subscribe. Thank you.